Get out pen and paper ready for her masterclass format with real, raw, and unconventional training. Here's your host, Diana Dentinger.
Hello, and here we are again with Your Life, Your Way podcast. And today I want to talk to you especially about what you're up against. You know, a lot of people want change. They want things to be different in their life, but they don't understand that there's subtle little barriers to having them get then what they want. Now, without being too repetitive, but you know, we're in this age of information. And what I've seen is this age of information can actually sort of be subdivided into different ages. So the first thing that I call is the age of distraction. And you know that. I mean, everyone is talking about distraction, and how we're pulled in all the different directions. But what this does, like how this really weighs and challenges your life, is that it's so difficult to stay focused. Now, focus actually comes from Latin fuoco, which is not like what we think about focus as in being able to see clear. It's actually fire. So the thing about focus is actually the fire and the excitement to put that energy then into something. And so with distractions in all different directions, then the energy, the heat, the desire is actually being dissipated, as in a little bit of heat here, a little bit of heat there, a little bit, and you just sort of end up with this lukewarm life that's mediocre. You know, you're not getting to the goals because that fire that's just, the blaze is not going in sort of that one precise direction. So I call this age of information overall, but we're in this age of distraction. So you really, really want to get clear on the desires, on the heat, what lights you up in your life, so you're less distracted. That's the best, absolute best solution to then have distractions dissipate instead of your energy. And now what else I call this general age of information is actually the age of ease. So this is a trick, because even though we'll say in a positive way, oh, isn't it wonderful? Let's have everything with ease and grace. And I believe in that, the flow, how when you are in the zone and you're being focused on what you're doing and you're optimizing the state of concentration, that's called flow, and it's actually easy. But this double trick thing about the age of ease is that we want everything with a click of a button. We want a quick fix. We want a rapid answer. And so we're not as patient as we used to be, and we're not also as willing to put in the work. And I'm not saying work as something difficult, but the consistency, the persistence, when you really feel like something is part of your life path, that you're willing to go the extra mile, you know, and you know, you've probably heard that before. When you go the extra mile, there's no one in front of you, okay? And it's not about being competitive. It's not about being competitive with other people. It's just your own standards of giving the value to your life, what you want to do with your life, so you don't live with any regrets, you know, because that's sort of the bottom line. At the end of the end, the biggest motivating factor is, will I be proud of myself at the very end of my life, or will I have regrets? Okay, so don't fall in the trap of the age of ease and confuse that with ease and grace, which is flow, and ease as in quick fix, and you know, not going on the journey, because everything is a journey. It's all a process, it's step by step. You know, you were conceived, and if you're like most people, it took 9 months for you to be born. So it's a process. Everything is a process, okay? That can be tied into what else we are in with this age of information, especially age of social media, is we're in the age of comparison. Ooh. So very often that is compromising your self-confidence, because you're looking outside of yourself, comparing yourself to others, and then evaluating if you're good enough, okay? This is the age right now where a lot of introspection, a lot of asking yourself existential questions. Who am I? What do I want for my life? So you can shut off all that noise out there of things that are bombarding you and convincing you to be someone you're not. Should I repeat that? Convincing you to be someone you're not, to need things that you don't need for your happiness, okay? That's the role of marketing, okay? Face it. We'll face that, right? That's the role of marketing, is to persuade you. And that's just fine. Everything has its place. Because even thanks to marketing, when you're really clear on who you are, then you will probably receive a message and something will light up and you're like, that's the next course I can do to refine a skill, okay? If you're caught in the age of comparison, then you will be even optimizing the use of what they call the mirror neuron, which again is a double, we say, a knife with a double-edged sword kind of thing. Because you'll just be imitating everything out there. Okay, one thing is observing what's going on outside so you feel comfortable, so you feel like you're in a place, the place where you belong. And then there's that mirror neuron that is going to have you be sort of on autopilot, like a robot, doing what everyone else around you does. You've seen the craze of, the selfie, and everyone does the same thing now. And they just don't do it like this. They do it up here. It's amazing how we imitate and then compare, especially, and I'm talking about how you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, your self-confidence. I hope you got the message. The age of comparison. Please spend more time, discover yourself, and that way you feel more empowered from the inside out to live your life without comparing yourself to what everyone else is doing, being, having, okay? That's, let's say, the quickest way to unhappiness is to compare yourself to other people, okay? And if you grew up in a big family, you might have already had some sibling rivalry, so you know what that feels like, okay? It's all healthy, it's important to be exposed to other people in their life path as long as you feel confident that you can find yours, okay? And you can find yours faster and be more sure that it's yours without the comparison, knowing it's a journey, so ease, it's not a click a button kind of thing, and also the age of distraction where you realize that there's so many useless things maybe that you get pulled into every day, and at the end of the day you're really not as happy as you would love to be. The very final thing is the age of anxiety. And you might know I'm a neurobiology therapist. I studied a process of unblocking psychosomatic illnesses through the power of words. And so I know very well the physiology and the biology, not from, let's say, a traditional medical point of view, but from a symbolic point of view. Okay, so every organ, every tissue has symbolically specific emotions and thought patterns to it. They represent things that we are. If you have a problem in a certain organ, it actually just mirrors what's really going on with you as your thought process and your emotional process. Why I say the fourth thing is the age of anxiety is because of all the distractions, because of all the choices that we have. Our nervous system is bombarded, and there's always something else. There's always something else. And that really is an instigator of anxiety, the too much choice. Our nervous system hasn't evolved as fast as the internet, as fast as technology, as speedy as the click of the button. Our nervous system has not evolved to be able to handle all of those impulses, okay? Life is a lot simpler even just 50 or 60 years ago. There weren't all the choices. So again, for you to reach what you desire, it really requires for you to examine in your life how much anxiety you're living, and understand it's because there's too many choices. So you just want to go inside yourself, ask yourself what's really important, and then somehow you really do have to protect yourself, or you have to make choices about what you turn on or what you turn off. So your nervous system isn't bombarded, because the age of anxiety is really causing a lot of psychosomatic disturbances in a lot of people because of too much choice. Remember then also to be more centered in who you are and less comparison. Remember also that in all of these, let's say, quick fixes that you'll find on internet, that improving yourself is a journey. It's a step-by-step, sometimes a couple days, a couple steps forward and a couple steps backward. It's just fine. Take it as part of life experience, and to really step into the beauty of who you are. Shut off some of those distractions. Make a very confident choice for a certain month period that you're really going to hone in on who you are and what you want. And I'm here to help. As you know, I created a personality profile and a coaching methodology that's called Your Life, Your Way. I'm here. DianaDentinger.com is where you can find out more information for either one-on-one coaching, group coaching. Just get your personality profile. This information will really get you more in tune to who you are, so the age of information can be lived in such a beautiful, fabulous way, because you won't fall into the traps of the ease, the distraction, the comparison, or the anxiety. Okay, that's it.
You just reached the end of another exciting Your Life, Your Way episode. If you like what you heard and want more, why not hop over to DianaDentinger.com and get fantastic and free audios, PDFs, and checklists to help you get more out of your life today. Be sure to check back next week for another amazing show.